got the internet?
Well, yeah, I got the internet. I don't know. I mostly just hang out with Chuck Todd and Haley Jackson. Have you ever seen my MSNBC crush, Haley Jackson?
I like what's-her-face, Megan what's-her-face.
Yeah, you can have Megyn Kelly, man. And I'm not...
Megyn Kelly! Oh, God, no!
No, you gotta check this chick out, Haley Jackson. Like, she's got this awesome... like, if you YouTube her, like, the first result is this awesome video where she has all this snot pouring out of her nose, but she doesn't react. She just keeps reporting the news. God, she's good. She's on point, man. On point.
Oh, man. I can't get enough of these chicks.
What? I gotta find that Haley Jackson. Yeah, that's it. Where is that? Yeah, so yeah, no, I know the Ghostbusters was good. You're saying Ghostbusters was good? I like the I like the lesbian one.
Terrible. The first 45 minutes was like, I didn't understand what the chit chat was. It was girl talk. It's like, oh god.
What the hell is girl talk?
I think it's a mashup band. I don't know. But,
oh, you're right.
no, it's like girls talking about like, hey, did you see that ghost? No, but my vagina did. Oh. What? No.
What's going on here? Are you a green frog? Is your name Pepe? Is this a men's rights activist phone call? Is this Gamergate? What's happening?
It might be.
Gamergate? Is this about ethics and video game journalism? What's going on?
What's your stance on this whole fucking Trump thing, though? That's the thing I'm worried about. It's like, you know what? Like, either way, Hillary Clinton's going to be elected, or like we're going to have some showdowns at these polling places, but I'm not going to be around at all. So it's like, Virginia, like that's a state I give a shit about, right? Fuck that.
But you're trying to figure out like when the war happens, where you're gonna be.
Honestly,
is that what's going on? Are you so perma-fried? You're like Walking Dead, like you're like walking around with like a knife in your sock. You're just waiting to show everybody how Escape from LA, like Snake Plissken you can be. You're the one guy who can survive this hellscape. Is that what you're doing?
I'm the only dude who fucking understood the whole point of the series Stranger Things, which is weird because. You know, you guys just didn't get it. It was a Paul Rubenstein thing.
What show?
I love that fucking, that, I only got through half of it, but that, Johnny Be Good shit was amazing. Was, Nick Cage in it, or what's his name? Nick Cage?
Oh, yeah, no, oh, mama.
My dad, all I know is he shot a man 3 minutes after I was born.
That's why they call me mama. They call me mama. They call me mama's boy.
Some people call me a teenage cowboy.
Carrots for breakfast. Carrots for lunch. Why must a man like me live such a life? Hey, I'm Samuel Jackson. You want to groove with my jazz trio? Hey, man, I can't be bothered. My girlfriend's giving me the shit right now. Yeah.
Now I hear that there's like a Lethal Weapon TV series, and it's like, it's probably a decent thing that I don't have TV, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The dude from fucking Last Boy Scouts in it.
What? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen this shit? You seen it?
No. What is going on in the world? What?
I don't see it, so I don't know. I thought you might have seen it.
Oh, no. I was just going to be surprised if you'd seen it. And I'm just like, how is everybody is such a... There's just a universe full of genius, successful, beautiful, rich people wandering around, and yet they've all seen every episode of some TV show I've never heard of. I'm like, do you motherfuckers sleep? What's going on?
Like, they're having all these parties and shit, and hanging out, doing fun things, but then all of a sudden they've seen 7 more TV fucking shows than anybody on the earth can watch at one time.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
I know. I'm living in a universe where I have to politely pretend like I haven't heard of, like, Stranger Things when Crystal brings it up. I'm like, oh, yeah, no. Okay. Is this what's happening now?
Oh, Westworld? Yeah, good movie. I mean, I think I tried to watch Future World once, but I didn't like it, so...
You know what? Future World is great when you only have over-the-air channels.
Well, that's why I'm so jealous. It's like, you have, like, Salt Lake shit where it's just, like, they don't give a fuck about copyright, so they're like, let's just play this shit we don't have to, you know.
What? No, that's bananas. No, but that's when I first... I mean, I saw the original Westworld like a billion years ago, you know? But, like, I never saw the sequel until a couple years ago when I was living in a sugar house, and I only had over-the-air channels, and there was one of those TV channels that had, like, shitty movies on. And it was fantastic compared to, you know, the... like infomercials or whatever the shit was on. Like, that was a great thing to be watching. So you know, you would really get into that shit.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying download it or anything, because I'm sure it sucks. Yeah. But I hear that Westworld show is like so like the Dragon show. What?
All I know is that all I know is fucking Logan's Run, dude. Give me Carnival.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
Right?
Yeah.
Plankton. Just give me Plankton. I mean, that's all I know.
Yeah, some protein of the sea.
The dude's 35 fucking years old. I mean, he should have been dead years ago, honestly, if you think about it, I guess, right?
Oh, Michael York? Yeah.
I don't know. I do not know. Oh, man. I don't know.
Well, no, like, so, Westworld, you know, like, I like robots. You know, like Terminators and stuff. Like, robots are cool. What?
Nobody fucked the Terminator, dude.
Everybody fucked a Terminator. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Actual human.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Connor got born, dude. They fucked an actual human.
That's original sin. That's what it is. That's.
Well, the first time, like, yeah, sure.
Oh.
But they still didn't fuck, yeah, sure.
But no, like, I dig robots and, like, the vague idea of science fiction in movies, you know? And so, like, I was trying to keep an open mind with this Westworld show, but then when, like, everything I read about it was all just, like, it's like the next... What's the dragon show called?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah. They're like, it's the next Game of Thrones. And at first I'm just like, that's just HBO propaganda because that's their hit show. They want this to be. And then I read another thing where it's just like, yeah, you know, you can buy like the CD now where like they do all these modern songs but like in the style of the show. And it's all done by it's the same guy who does the music of Game of Thrones. And I'm like, is this really happening? I really don't care now. I was trying to be just like, hey man, I'm down with fuck robots. That's cool with me. But, like, oh, jeez, this is going to be some kind of, like, over-the-top fucking melodrama. I can't get into them fucking hour-long shows. Everything takes itself too fucking seriously. I just want to watch a rerun of, like, Arthur, like a 12-minute episode of Arthur, where DW has a fantasy where the President of the United States changes the national anthem to Crazy Bus, and then I call it a night. I'm like, thank you, I'm done. Yeah, I saw that one today. You ever see that one where the Reeds go to D.C.?
Biggest buster there. It all does.
But no, come on. Come on.
Come on. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you should have posted that fucking Halloween Blue theme song, dude. Remember when he was like, well, I'm not sure if it's smash or trash. I mean, yeah, that was crazy.
Well, wasn't that like a Tom Sharpling thing that you were doing?
Well, smash or trash, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Tom Sharpling thing. That's the whole
Well, yeah,
podcast thing.
maybe it's an old-timey radio thing, but I thought it was like a Tom Sharpling homage, so
It was, yeah, it was.
yeah, and so I kind of felt like, oh, jeez, Micah's pitching to the cheap seats on this one.
I remember driving across country with you and trying to like make you listen to Tom Sharpling, and you're like, yeah, this isn't like good. And then like I think a year later I was like, maybe he was right. This kind of sucks. And now it's so fucking annoying. I mean, I can't even, like a Thursday night, fuck me, man. On a Thursday night, I don't want to even get on Twitter because it's all fucking dumbass Sharpling fans and shit. It's like, I don't give a fuck about this radio show. Stop talking about it, please. Right?
Well, like, I just felt so out of the loop, because all the cool kids, by which I mean Mike and all of his friends, were so into this. And, like, I felt like you didn't even talk to me about it. So, like, I wasn't even cool enough to hear about what was cool for, like, a year or so. And then, yeah, I listened to some of them, like, while we drove across the country. And I remember, like, saying to you, like, I don't understand. Like, so he's just, like, an asshole? And you're like, no, it's a character he's doing. And I'm like, okay, it's a character. And I'm like, is the character an asshole? And then you're like, this isn't a very good episode. And I remember like being just like, this is just like when Brad was like, you gotta watch the Venture Brothers. And then I went downstairs and watched an episode with him. I'm like, I just don't understand this Adult Swim Hepcat sense of humor. And he's like, well, it wasn't a very good episode. And I'm like, do you just need to be on the exact same amount of weed when these things happen? But then like I spent like, you know, a couple months living in Pennsylvania, and I watched I didn't watch it. I listened to the Best Show a couple of times, and like I still didn't I didn't get it. Like I don't understand it. Like you were telling me about how it used to be cool, but now it's just all this like all of his celebrity friends, and I'm like, oh okay, so it used to be cool, all right. And then every day I'm just like, doesn't this just keep getting less cool? Now he goes from being like a cool guy who's like successful in the entertainment industry that works at this cool sounding radio station, like volunteers there, to being like, I won't volunteer. Fucking pay me, bitches. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You get to like have fun? Like
There was some dude in a car. I was driving today, and like he was listening to Sirius radio on fucking Howard Stern. Like he was literally listening to fucking Howard Stern and telling me how fucking great Dana Carvey is. And I'm like, it's the year fucking 2016. Why are you listening to Howard Stern on Sirius radio and fucking talking about how good Dana Carvey is as a guest on fucking Howard Stern show? Like, fuck, what the fuck? Fuck Howard Stern. Fuck this. Fuck all of this, dude. Right?
Well, I don't know.
Do you like Howard Stern? I don't know. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it.
I don't really understand radio, I guess, or podcasts. Well, I always had a really hard time with the concept of podcasts because I don't have an iPod, so I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
That's the thing, is like, you gotta listen to something when you walk around.
Okay, I listen to music. Well, sometimes I just listen to, like fucking traffic and, trees and shit.
I hate that.
No, I used to too. I used to constantly have to listen to shit all the time because I couldn't be alone with my own thoughts. But I'm trying to get more into like listening to just like being able to. When you're not like trying to listen to something all the time, then you start hearing shit. Oh man, I sound so cool right now. But no, I never got into Howard Stern either. I don't listen to AM radio. I'm not like angry at people all the time. I don't get pop culture. People like I feel like I'm somebody without a life, but everybody with a life seems to know more about what it's like to be without a life than me.
Oh man, fuck. Jesus. Man, you gotta get some legal weed. Well, fuck this weed. Weed sucks. And so just like this dude, my friend Mark, man, coming out to visit, it's like he basically invited himself. He was just all like, yeah, I can come out on the 10th. It's only $300 for the flight. I'm like, okay. Well, you know, I live in a fucking apartment that's 400 square feet, and coming out for 3 or 4 days is going to be just me, like, getting drunk one night and then wishing I was alone in my apartment. You know what I mean, man?
You mean pretending like you don't have a lot of hot dates?
Dude, I mean...
You're just sneaking out windows and pretending to be lonely all the time.
Huh? Well, like, you got chicks coming out there and shit visiting you and stuff, dude. I don't know.
Non-stop. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Whew! I got one of those dehumidifiers. It's just like working my junk right now because I'm just trying to... Because my... You know, my dick's so wet constantly. I just gotta dehumidify all the air, the whole area.
Pretty quick.
What?
You know, a dehumidifier, dude. If there's anything chicks hate, it's humidity. Right?
I don't know. Is that true? I was just like talking about like getting your dick wet and like trying to make a joke about how my dick's so wet all the time, so I have to have a dehumidifier. But like, do chicks hate humidity? I don't know. I'm not really into the gender scene, man. I saw a picture of Miley Cyrus once, and she was wearing a t-shirt that said gender is over, and I'm like, yeah, I don't get it either. I don't want to have sex with anybody.
Yeah, the thing I'm wondering about her is like, where she can make some good music,
Yeah, okay. I was trying to work on a retort there, and everything that came to mind, I'm just like, you know, she sings really good in this, and I'm like, but that doesn't really like make it that good. Well, did you like see the thing where she sang a Leonard Cohen song? That was pretty cool, but like, I mean, she's a good singer. Yeah. I mostly just like to watch that movie where she met her boyfriend, and she looks like however like 18-year-old girls looked in like whenever that movie came out, like cool 18-year-old girls.
You know what pisses me off though? It's like wasn't Victoria Justice the better one with that shit, and now like Ariana Grande is like
oh yeah.